Good morning, students. Hope you understand the various schemes which are providing various types of incentive subsidies to the MSME sector under various heads, and some there are some schemes which are sector specific. Now, another scheme, that is a government subsidy for small business for a cold chain. The objective of this scheme of a cold chain value addition and prevention infrastructure is to provide integrated cold chain and preservation infrastructure facility without any break from the farmer gate to the consumers. It covers pre-cooling facilities also at your production site, or you can say we have a refrigerated vents, mobile cooling unit also there, as well as a value addition centers. Basically, the center that include infrastructure facilities like processing, multi-line processing, collection centers, etc. for horticulture, organic produce, marine dairy, meat product or a poultry, etc. Individual group of entrepreneur, cooperative society, self-help groups, farmer producer organizations like FPOs, NGOs, central state PSUs, etc. with a business interest in a cold chain solution are eligible to set up a integrated cold chain and preservation infrastructure to avail a grant under the scheme. Then they have a SAMPAT scheme for agro marine produce. Under this scheme is stand for the scheme for agro marine produce processing and development for agro processing clusters. The budget is 6,000 crore, and this scheme is aimed to integrate a current and a new uh, scheme in a food processing sector. Main objective is to reduce the food wastage and doubling a farmer income. Then we have a certain schemes which is focusing on horticulture and dairy farming. In the effort, government subsidy for small business dairy farming, which can be applicable here also. You can take this in an effort to further strengthen the dairy farming industry in India. NABARD dairy farming subsidies was launched. In addition to the milk, the manure from animal produce of a government source of organic matter for improving soil fertility and crop yield. The gobar gas from the dung is used as a fuel for domestic purpose, as also for running engines for drawing water from well. The surplus fodder and agriculture byproduce are gainfully utilized for feeding the animals. Then government subsidies for small business for horticulture. National Horticulture Board was set up by the Government of India in 1984. Basically, it is an autonomous society under the Society Registration Act 1860. The objective of this is to develop the high-tech commercial horticulture, development of modern post-harvest management infrastructure, promotion, market development of fresh horticulture produce, and more. Now, these all are the schemes which is applicable, or you can say which can be useful all over the India. Now we are going to talk about some incentives which are specifically given to our state, that is Uttarakhand. See, these are the various types of incentives that government of Uttarakhand is providing, like interest subsidy, capital subsidy, stamp duty rebates, land rate rebates, electricity duty rebates, land registration fee rebate. These are the incentives that government of Uttarakhand is providing, like this. For providing these incentives, they categorize the cities in category A, B, B plus, C and D. And based on these category, they provide different types of incentives and different percentage. Like category A, whole district of Pithoragarh is coming under category A. Uttarkashi, Chamoli, Champavat, Rudraprayag and Bageshwar. Then in category B, the Almora covering and all hilly blocks of Nainital, Dehradun, excluding which are under B plus category. Then a B plus category include Kotdwar, etc., Pauri Garhwal, etc., and Teri Garhwal, and Kota Bagh development block of Nainital district. Then in category C, region located above 650 meter from the sea level, like Raipur, Pur, and etc. Then Haldwani development block, Ramnagar development block also come under category C. And in category D, the whole district of Haridwar, Udham Singh Nagar will come. And those districts which are not covered under the other categories, they are also covered under the category D. So they are providing facilities in Uttarakhand on the basis of these categories. Fine. Suppose we have a interest subsidy. Interest subsidy category A get a 10% in interest subsidy in their loan. Fine. But maximum 8 lakh rupees. इधर 10% और 8 लाख रुपीज़ दोनों में से जो आपका कम है, बस अप टू 8 लाख तक आपको इंटरेस्ट सब्सिडी मिल सकती है कैटेगरी ए. यू आर कमिंग इन कैटेगरी ए, पिथौरागढ़ कम इन दिस कैटेगरी. Then category B and B plus get 8%, category C get 6% and category D get a 5% subsidy. So you see, according to the problems, climatical problems, they increase the subsidies also. Then they get a capital subsidy. In category A, they get a capital subsidy up to 40% and maximum 40 lakh. Then category B, B plus get 30%, 35%, and then category C get 30%. But they are giving a cap also. Okay, how much maximum, how much in rupees they get a benefit. Then they have a transport subsidies. Then we have a stamp duty subsidies. You have a 100% stamp duty subsidies, but in category D they get only 50% subsidy. Then you get a SGST concessions also. You get a power bill rebate also. Then you get another subsidies like you can say excise duty subsidies, mandi charges subsidies. Okay, then your internet charges, the usage of internet 50% up to you can reduce, you can reimburse their subsidies. Then they have a certain incentive scheme for women entrepreneur also. Women entrepreneur get a capital investment subsidy up to 25%, but maximum 25 lakh rupees. Okay. Then interest subsidy they get they get 6% on the bank term loan taken by the entrepreneur up to a maximum rupees 5 lakh per year per unit. So you see, government of Uttarakhand also promote a woman entrepreneur also. You get these capital or interest subsidies, and these subsidy you get in both the sector, manufacturing or or the service sectors. Then Uttarakhand startup policy 2018 is there, under which you get monthly allowances, you get marketing assistance, you get patent or intellectual property assistance, you get stamp duty assistance, you get exemptions under this scheme. Then you get SGST reimbursement, state goods and service tax, you can say. Incubation spaces are there, needed based assistance are there, they are providing. And you heard that last year in Dehradun we have a fair also, where various other countries come and select the products, select the services, see the services just to promote Uttarakhand. Then Uttarakhand Aroma Park policy is there, where you get stamp duty, SGST concessions, mandi fee concessions, also reimbursement of your electricity bill, interest subsidies you are getting, because aroma parks are very, you can say, prominent in Uttarakhand. Then they have mega food parks also. You establish within mega food parks also get benefit. Interest subsidy they get 6%, but maximum 4 lakh. Power assistance, mandi fees, stamp duty exemptions they are getting here. Then these are the references from where I have taken all this data. Thank you for the day, students, and this is all about your course of entrepreneurship and small business management. In the next few days, few classes, I will cover a extra uh, topics which is helpful in your subject. Thank you for the day, students.